Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's the day after the Panderverse dropped.
Yes.
And the media's out there praising it. But the funny thing is that both sides are claiming South Park joining the Panderverse as their own.
It's funny though, because I mean, like any other South Park, episode, they do make fun of both sides. However, one side is mocked far more than the other.
Yes.
Their other side seems like it's just like a last minute shoe-in. Oh yeah, we got them too. Mostly they're making fun of Disney, and they're making fun of people who are afraid of AI and how dumb people are because they don't know how to do anything anymore, which was what I took away from it as well.
Yeah, that one gets overlooked. That subplot gets overlooked.
We've mentioned many times that if you want to make a lot of money, you probably want to go into things like plumbing or electrician and things like that because nobody knows how to do it anymore, and they're making more money than like doctors and lawyers sometimes.
You too can have a spaceship.
That's right.
If
they're the new Elon Musk.
They're the new. That was the joke. The billionaires are in space fighting. So we're gonna talk about this. A very funny episode, but the takeaway is golden because clearly one side was getting roasted more than the other. But I think the media is trying to be like, oh yeah, look, they own the chuds in the last 5 minutes of the. Sure they did. I'm like, that was probably Paramount being like, could you be a little more even-handed? Because you got to look these people in the eye. You're gonna run into Lucasfilm and Disney employees there, Trey, and that you need to be a little more even.
I don't disagree with a couple things that were said, but we'll wait till we get to that part.
Yeah, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to shopclownfish.com, shopclownfish.com, link in the description. Back Shadow Binders Volume 3, first new Shadow Binders material from Clownfish Studios in like 10 years. And yeah, we're looking forward to bringing you this book.
Now you forgot to turn the international.
Yeah, so the shipping on this, yes, I need to fix the international shipping. There are some countries that are not able to purchase this book. I've had a couple people from Australia being like, how come I can't buy this book? I'm like, well, I want you to buy this book.
The problem is he forgot to turn it on.
I need to look into that because apparently I need to go like country by country and toggle it on.
Now we are going to put this on Kickstarter eventually too. It will not go to Indiegogo, Cold Day in Hell there.
Yeah,
but
Indiegogo's out of
Kickstarter
question.
At some point as well. Yeah. So if you can't get it on here, you might be able to look there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, updates on the other books.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Yeah, so let's see. The previously on Clownfish TV books are coming. They're supposed to be here next week. Now, that does not mean that you're going to get them next week.
I will get to them as soon as I can.
We have to pack them up and ship them, but they're going to be here. They ran a little late because we had to send them overseas because of a problem we had with our domestic printer. I wanted to keep everything in the States, and that didn't work out.
So anyway, I'm still working on the Crimson Wren. We got most of that done.
Most of them are
I have some more of that to do, and then we're going to move. Well, I'm probably doing simultaneously the previously on Clownfish TV at the same time. So those will all be going out. I'm still getting them out. They're coming.
Everything's
just me,
coming,
guys. It's just me, and I have to do everything else too.
We don't have a warehouse and lots of people to fulfill.
Yeah, we don't have a fulfillment service.
We don't have a fulfillment service.
The fulfillment service is me. So we're working on it. Anyway, can we get back to the important stuff?
Let's get back to the Panderverse. Let's get back to the Panderverse.
Pander harder here.
So this I thought was pretty interesting. Talk about a take. South Park was never my cup of tea, but Cartman was always a racist asshole, and I had a feeling the Panderverse was his fear of wokeness. Frankly, I'm surprised, given its history, South Park is one of the few pieces of media calling out these assholes for who they are.
Okay, wait, a couple things here. One, the entire thing is just like pissing on Disney, mostly.
Yeah, exactly.
For good reason. Then Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars, and they're like, and the part they're talking about is at the end. They're like, oh, Cartman created Kathleen Kennedy because he kept sending her hate mail, calling her the C word, and Kathleen Kennedy ruined everything because she was reacting to that. Except that's not what happened. Kathleen Kennedy fucked up Star Wars before people started calling it names. Rogue One, great, no problem. We got to The Force Awakens, and I came out of there, and again, I'm a woman, so kiss my ass about misogyny. I came out of the movie like, what the hell was that? Why is Rey a Mary Sue? She started out great, and then you made her a Mary Sue, and I didn't like that. And then you tripled down. Then you started calling everybody who didn't like your, using the cheap ass. You're a racist. You're a misogynist. You're an istophobic, whatever, because that's your shield. But and they mentioned that, and it's like, well, I think that she might have gotten bitchier because of the backlash. She started it.
Yeah,
and that's coming from a woman, so kiss my ass.
They doubled down. Lucasfilm doubled down. Pablo Hidalgo doubled down.
Well, the writers group, they're completely forgetting them. Yeah. They were part of the problem too.
And throughout the whole thing, regardless of your take on whether or not people took it too far, I'm really surprised they didn't put Cartman in a Doomcock mask. But, regardless of your feelings on the whole thing, right? It was very clear they were roasting the hell out of Disney throughout the entire thing, admitting that Disney doesn't know what the hell it's doing these days. I cannot wait for the Seven Dwarfs episode of South Park.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. And then at the end, she comes out of it. Kathleen Kennedy comes back and she's like, maybe we should make new original content, Bob. And Bob's like, sure, pat in the head, wink, wink, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's more roasting Disney, but their win wasn't really a win. It felt very shoehorned in at the end. And it was like, well, I created you and you created me and we created the problem together. And it's like, no, I was there. Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm created their own problem, and then instead of learning a lesson, Disney and Kathleen Kennedy kept doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, and now we're at Snow White.
So
I mean,
it ends with Snow White.
I'm sorry, you're not going to win that argument at the end, and also they, for all their pandering and everything has to be. There are women who don't like it too. They don't fucking understand this. There are a lot of women and not white men and not white people and all kinds of stuff that don't like this, don't like the Star Wars stuff, don't like Indiana Jones and all that. And it's not just because they're diverse women. I'm like, for fuck's sake, come on.
Yeah, so this is just kind of God, I think this is like grade A copium here. Can I say copium?
I don't even like that term.
Or is that a dog whistle?
I hate that term, but go ahead and use it.
I think they're trying to turn this around because South Park has become this object of consternation for some of these journalists because the last couple of years they've tried to blame Gamergate and the alt-right on South Park. And now they're like, oh, because there's a little bit of a win at the end for our side. Look what they did. Oh, they're owning the chuds. I'm like, but 95% of it was like, God, they had a black woman, Colonel Sanders, on the damn billboard. I'm funny. Like, it was funny.
The thing is, it's like, South Park always roasts both sides. That's what they do. I mean, I would be more surprised if they didn't take digs on the other side too. No. Granted, there weren't as many. I mean, that's just the truth. But it would be very not them if they didn't. They always piss off everyone. That's what they do. I wasn't even offended by it because I expected it fully because that's what they do.
You know what shocks me is I'm actually surprised there isn't more backlash. Okay, because you think all the usual outlets would be like, oh my God, that South Park is being racist and misogynist and homophobic. And they're like, oh my God, what's a black woman doing where Cartman used to be? Oh my God, guys, this is so awful. And I think they just threw that bit in at the end to shut these people down. Be like, yeah, we're doing both sides. Yeah, sure.
No, they always do, though. Whatever, they always try to make a dig at both sides. But, but then the other part that no one's been talking about is their digs about Hollywood and AI. And everybody's worried AI is coming for their jobs. And it's like the only thing that the AI can't do is things like manual labor, and no one knows how to do stuff anymore. And it's not untrue.
That was actually, I think that was the smarter part of the episode. And that's the part of it that they're not really talking about too much. And South Park is very topical, and they tend to be able to put these episodes out pretty quick, right? So within a month or two, I guess they can throw an episode together. So they
got Baldur's Gate in there.
Yeah, they got Baldur's Gate in there.
But no bear sex, don't worry.
No bear sex. But the thing with the white collar workers, I'm like, is this a dig at the strikes? Because it seems like all these people are like, I'm college educated, I've got these skills, whatever, but I can't get a real job. Oh my God, we got to get a real job someplace. Oh, I don't know what to do. And they're all getting pissed off at AI. My personal opinion is I think they're taking a shot at the strikes because that's their big complaint is we're all afraid of AI taking our jobs.
Oh, ironically, a lot of the below the line workers know how to do that stuff. Just saying.
All the people that you're pissing off, all the people doing the lighting and building your sets and making your food and doing your hair, they'll be fine. They can go get jobs working someplace else. But you guys, that's all you know how to do is
you can be replaced by AI.
Right, and you're being replaced by AI.
It's true that there's so many people who don't know how to do stuff anymore. And we've talked about it on the videos. I've said it many times. It's like the jobs they're going to be paying are the ones that where you have to fix things because people don't know how to do that anymore. And then when they did the whole episode on this, which is funny because I grew up, my dad was like the head of maintenance at different places, and he was an aircraft mechanic and things like that. So build our house, and Mom helped him. We helped him. Guess who fixes the shit at our house? Most times, unless it's computer related, it is me. Sorry, baby, but it's true.
I can easily be replaced with AI.
Remember my nail gun? Still using that, by the way. And my broken finger when I hit it with a hammer. I would have been able to fix the damn oven door.
I can fix the oven door.
It was funny though when they said, did anybody know how to use a saw? And I was sitting there, I raised my hand because I'm like, I do.
Yeah, but I worry about you because like your dad, he'll take a piece of wood and like put it between his legs and then he'll just run a handsaw.
And it's like, don't do that.
I'm like, you're gonna cut your dick off.
No, he won't cut his leg off before he cuts his dick off. I can promise you that.
I know a guy who almost cut his leg off with a chainsaw.
Sorry, Dad, if you're listening.
No, I know a guy who almost cut his. It was
But he missed his dick.
A friend of your dad's. He had one of those little chainsaws, a little handheld one, and he missed, and he didn't feel it at first. And he looked down, and there's a gash on his leg, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, except my dad's on Coumadin now, so if he cuts himself a little bit, it's like a bloodbath. So it's just, Dad, if you're listening, stop playing with the saws. Anyway.
Yeah.
I know how to use them though, thanks to my dad. So that was interesting because it was poking fun. There were so many things about this that they were like different layers to it. It's like an onion. It has layers. But the Disney thing, they're mostly mocking Disney. Their stocks are down, their box office is tanking.
Yes.
They keep effing up. They keep trying to put the same movies out and say that they're different. They keep ruining everything they touch with every IP they get a hold of, they destroy. And I'm sorry. Kathleen Kennedy, since she's been in charge of Lucasfilm, even with The Force Awakens, even with Rogue Squadron, she put a woman in as the lead, which was fine. It worked out fine. And then we get to Star Wars, and then what?
No, it's just Cartman's like, put a woman in it, make her gay, make her lame.
Make it lame.
Make it lame.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the reason it's so funny is because everybody knows it's true.
It's true.
That's why it's funny.
And it didn't make any damn sense for Cartman to suddenly be replaced by a black woman.
No, I said this doesn't make any sense. Well, that's because you're racist. The principal.
That's because it's PC principal. And he's like, yeah, it's because you're racist. It's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. This isn't Cartman. This is somebody else completely, you know? And that's the thing. Like, I think we're at a point now where everybody can acknowledge that, yeah, you can have diverse stories, whatever, but just like lazily swapping characters out for new people, just for the sake of inclusion and diversity, that's not really inclusion and diversity. It's just, it's stupid and it doesn't make sense.
It's a hand-me-down.
It's a hand-me-down.
You know,
do new stuff.
Not every ginger is a black woman or a black man. I mean, it could be either way. I'm just saying, and vice versa, but they don't usually do it the opposite way.
I don't know. I thought it was hysterical, and I can't believe people's takeaway from this is like, I mean, yeah, they're poking fun at Cartman because he is a caricature. But the thing is,
he's always been though.
He's always been.
He's been. That's the point.
The fact that they made Kathleen Kennedy sympathetic, though, is like, God, everything I've heard about her is she's a dragon lady who's, you know, even the people that they're not working with her because they can't stand her.
Well, do I think that people like jumping down her throat made her double down? Yes.
Probably.
But do I think that that's why she started doing it? Hell no. She was doing it before people complained. And when people started to complain, then it was the usual tired. I mean, back then it was like, you know, more new. Like we started with Ghostbusters 2016. It's because you hate women. It's because you don't like diversity. It's because you're a racist, homophobic, whatever. And it's like, that's nothing to do with it. It's just stupid. Don't do it. And we're tired of it. I mean, the Snow White movie is prime example. I mean, the one character, if you have any princess you can't argue a race swap on, it would be Snow White because she's named after the fact her skin is white as snow. But beyond that, that isn't even, you know, you get to the dwarves and then you're not even going to use like dwarf actors or actors with dwarfism because, you know, you said you couldn't because you're doing magical creatures because you wanted to not, you know, be regressive because Peter Dinklage said you were, even though everything he said was wrong. So your answer is to exclude actors with dwarfism in the name of diversity and inclusion. I'm like, you guys are a joke. The reason everybody's making fun of you, the reason the whole episode about South Park is there is because you're fucking dumb.
That's pretty much it. Like, Disney's fucking dumb. They're the gold standard of
what not to do.
Make it gay and make it lame.
Make it a woman. Make it lame.
So yeah, they're a prime target. Plus they're, you know, Paramount's competitors, so they're probably like, yeah, go ahead, guys. Just don't be too harsh. But you know,
you got to keep all the fans of Star Trek. So be nice at the end.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we need those Star Trek fans.
The musical episode didn't do as well as we thought, so we need to keep the fans we have. So you know.
But they're 100% correct. And yeah, are there people that take it too far on the other side? Absolutely. There are people that, Kathleen Kennedy under my bed, and how many times is Kathleen Kennedy getting fired, and Kathleen Kennedy's blamed for everything, and she's to blame for a lot of it, but somebody's giving her the power to do it too.
They're not getting rid of her.
They're not getting rid of her, So it's...
And then they kept blaming on Chapek, and we kept saying the whole time, Chapek, trust me, is responsible for a lot of things, because he was Chapek for a reason when he was in charge of parks and stuff. But a lot of the things that he was stuck with, it turned out we were right. It wasn't him. It was Iger and company. And he kept getting blamed for their choices. A lot of things that were greenlit that you hate now that are super, super far were under Iger.
Yeah, a lot of people pointing out that they think that the timing is unusual, that Disney is canceling a lot of MCU stuff. They're walking back Snow White. They're pretty much putting Star Wars on pause until they figure out what the hell to do with it. And then all of a sudden this thing drops on South Park, where they're just a freaking laughing stock. So forever, Disney is going to be a laughing stock, and they're going to be an example of what not to do. And I mean, this is gonna go on for years. Like, people are going to remember this.
It's going to take them years to pull out of this. If they can't.
You can't steer away from the iceberg that
they saw the iceberg, and instead of going away from it, they thought we need to include the iceberg, and then went all steam ahead towards it.
We don't want to exclude the iceberg. It has feelings too.
And then they went right into it. And then they're trying to, at the last second, they're like, the iceberg is literally hooked on the bottom, and they're trying to drag it with them as they turn. And it's like, no.
So I go back to the strikes. I honest to God think that they saw a golden opportunity. They're like, you know what? Let them go on strike, because we can blame we can get rid of this shit. We can push shit back to fix it, and we can blame the strikes.
Well, they weren't going to be able to before, because they went so far in that there was no turning back, because the 50 people with $1,000 accounts each were on Twitter screaming about it.
Yeah.
When they talk about the vocal minority, it's not the people that usually call it the vocal minority. It's usually the other side.
But as far as this being, both sides roasted equally, that is not even remotely true.
It's not remotely true. But, I just think it's funny, though, because they're saying about the vocal minority. But if it was a vocal minority, why would South Park do this episode? Why would some people think this episode's great and be laughing their asses off if it was just only this small group of haters? It's the phobic haters. And I'm so flipping sick and tired of being like, it's always men. No, it's not. Women hate too. They think you're full of shit too.
Yeah.
God, so do all the people who aren't white. Fuck off.
We're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
We're going to wrap this up. All right, guys. So there it is. Go watch it. It was hilarious.
And learn to fix an oven door.
Fix your shit. Fix your own shit.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
Bye.